right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Voters said, show me the money. Now business groups are saying, not so fast.
This basically says that the voters were misled.
Tonight, the growing legal battle to block a pay raise for thousands of Missouri workers.
Reality check. After a mild weekend, temperatures drop back below average the next few days. Some of us even see snow showers on Wednesday. We're tracking the anticipated impacts.
Our top story, a rash of car crimes in St. Louis City.
So it was a busy weekend for us.
Tonight, the warning for drivers filling up their tank.
It happens in a matter of seconds.
Right now, St. Louis police are searching for the crooks responsible for a recent spike of stolen cars and car break-ins at gas stations. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. Kelly Jackson has the night off. Investigators say the crimes are happening all over the city at all times of the day. 5 on Your Side's Laura Barczewski heard from one of the victims tonight. Laura.
I did, Mike, and St. Louis police tell me they're working on about more than a dozen cases involving thefts at gas stations, and they have a message for you tonight. Keep yourself safe. And this actually all happened, a lot of it this weekend. A St. Louis woman who wanted to remain anonymous for her own safety says on Sunday morning around 11:30, she pulled up to a gas pump at the Mobile on Hampton Avenue and like normal got out of her car, paid, and started pumping gas. She then walked around to the driver's side to clean out her car and found a man sitting in the driver's seat. She says, quote, "It took me a second to register what was going on because he literally said to me, 'This isn't your car.' That's when she noticed another SUV pulled up next to hers and started screaming, 'He's stealing my car.' She then grabbed him by the jacket and pulled him out of her car. That's when he got into the nearby SUV and took off as she was dialing 911. St. Louis police say it happens in a matter of seconds, and they've seen it done multiple ways.
There were some instances this weekend of thieves breaking into car windows while the victims were inside the gas station. At least one of these incidents occurred at a car wash while a person was vacuuming her car.
The woman says she's lucky she had her purse and keys with her at the pump, so they were unable to take anything from her. Lieutenant Colonel Renee Kreisman says that's one of the best things you can do.
Turn off your car, secure your car, lock your car, keep things out of plain view. If you have a purse, wear it with you. Don't keep it in the car.
The victim says she was also told about another theft where a suspect stole someone's purse, used their driver's license to find their home, and stole the car later with a key fob inside the purse. Police say some stolen cars have been used in other crimes, and in the past, weapons have also been taken and used to commit another crime.
And I can't stress that enough. If you have a weapon, it's in your car, please secure it.
St. Louis police say 39% of vehicles stolen this year, the key or the fob was inside the vehicle, and in 9% of the cases, the vehicle was actually running. Now, commanders have adjusted patrol plans and strategies to increase police presence in those neighborhoods where this happened. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barczewski, 5 on Your Side.
Well, tonight our trend of mild December days is winding down. Weather impact meteorologist Scott Connell is tracking the return of the December chill moving in overnight, plus our next chance of snow, right, Scott?
Yes, and you know, it is cooling off. We have a front sliding through now, but that's not the one we're concerned about. This is the one with the really cold air. It's quite a ways away, still up here in Canada, but that's where the cold Arctic air is. And when it gets here, it won't be as cold as last week. One front sliding through right now. We are down to 46, but notice it's not brutally cold back to the north and west. Des Moines and Omaha, the clouds have started to break up and temperatures there at this hour are running in the lower 30s. So there are more changes ahead. The colder air starts filtering in overnight. It's back tomorrow for sure. Snow showers on Wednesday. The coldest day is Thursday. What about the snow on Wednesday? It's not a big deal. 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. For some of us, not all of us, there will be snow showers and flurries. Enough that the roads might be damp in a few places and maybe there's a little dusting on the grass. But for most of us, it's not at all a problem. And some of us won't see any flurries at all. In the meantime, tomorrow morning out the door, you're in the 30s, a little more of reality here for December, and it'll feel like it's in the upper 20s with that breeze. We'll track the snow in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. Within the hour, we got our first look at the mugshot of the person of interest in the ambush murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Tonight, 26-year-old Luigi Mangione was arraigned on felony weapons charges. He was denied bail. He was taken into custody while eating breakfast this morning in Altoona, Pennsylvania. An employee recognized him from those widely circulated surveillance photos and called police.
A firearm was located and a suppressor was also located. There are also other items of evidentiary value that were located that would assist in this investigation.
Investigators say the gun appears to be a ghost gun made on a 3D printer. Police also discovered a 3-page handwritten manifesto. We just learned detectives from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office are in Arkansas tonight. That's in connection to yesterday's officer-involved shooting in Festus, which turned into a homicide investigation. The suspect was shot by officers after a short chase. Tonight, he remains in critical condition. Police say he was armed and wearing body armor. Officers found a woman's body inside his truck, which had Arkansas plates. Investigators are still trying to determine how she died. However, they said she was not killed by the officer's gunfire. Tonight, the community is coming together to remember a recent Harris Stowe State graduate killed in a car crash. Hundreds gathered for a balloon release to celebrate 23-year-old Kanaya Dunlap's life. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon learned she was hoping to soon graduate with her master's degree. Brent?
Well, Mike, that's what makes this so tough for those who knew her. Kanaya graduated high school from Grand Center Arts Academy. This year, she got her bachelor's degree from Harris Stowe. Then she went back to school to take grad-level courses at SLU and Lindenwood. Friends say she was an inspiration.
When my baby hugged me before she left, God told me she wasn't coming home.
Kiana Dunlap thought her daughter, Kanaya, was going to stay with a friend. You felt something in that
I felt it. I'm telling you, it was like he called me and said, hug her a little tighter. Because she's not coming back. I did not literally think he meant forever.
Wednesday night, she got an alert on her phone.
The phone had detected that the car had been in a crash. I said, is this real? Like, what is this?
It was here on Natural Bridge Road near I-70. 23-year-old Kanaya Dunlap was driving with a friend in the car after celebrating their recent accomplishments. Police say somehow the car slid off the roadway and struck the base of a traffic light pole. Her friend survived. Dunlap did not. Sunday, a sea of pink and red balloons as those who knew her gathered outside her North City home. Many knew her from Harris Stowe State University, where she graduated with a mathematics degree earlier this year.
Kanaya was about to graduate from grad school, getting her master's in 2 weeks.
She would say, Pawpaw, can you pick me up from school? Oh my God, I can't do no more.
Now loved ones are clinging to the fond memories their bright light shined on all she knew.
She really believed in people. She always pushed you to go for your goals and to go for your dreams.
I'm just overwhelmed with joy. Like, I got enough memories to last for a lifetime.
The friend who was in the car recently graduated from cosmetology school. Kanaya's mom tells me that friend has a long road to recovery, but they're all praying tonight. Meantime, there is a GoFundMe to help with Dunlap's funeral expenses. You can find those right now at KSDK.com.
A big shakeup tonight at the International Institute of St. Louis. The director of communications tells us that Ariel Benson is no longer serving as CEO and that Blake Hamilton is now serving as interim CEO. No reason was given. Well, Benson took over the job in 2021 from Anna Crossland, who held the position for 43 years. The organization helps immigrants integrate into the community. There's an effort tonight to stop a minimum wage increase and guaranteed paid sick leave in the Show Me State. Several business groups have filed a petition to overturn Prop A, which Missouri voters overwhelmingly passed last month. Tonight, our Annie Krall spoke with both sides about the petition's impact. Annie?
Mike, at least 6 statewide organizations came together to file that petition with the Supreme Court on Friday. They want a new vote citing significant irregularities in the ballot language.
People went to their polling places last month and didn't realize what they were voting on. That's the synopsis of this petition Brian Brookshire, executive director of the Missouri Forest Products, says days after it was filed with the Missouri Supreme Court.
The minimum wage and the sick leave component are 2 distinct different issues on the proposition, and we feel that that's simply not constitutional. So we feel like it should be simply overturned on that merit.
The Missouri Restaurant Association, also part of the petition, telling us Monday, quote, the language and the subsequent 9 pages of rules and regulations does not accurately represent information voters were presented in the ballot language. An argument Richard Von Glan, policy director for Missouri Jobs with Justice, adamantly opposes after being one of the campaign leaders for Prop A, which passed in Missouri by 57.6% of voters.
I think it's really shameful when business groups or lobbyists, work to overturn what was the clear mandate and will of the Missouri electorate on something like this.
Jefferson City Attorney Chuck Hatfield works on cases like this, saying it will likely take at least a year for a final decision to be made on the petition, months after the new minimum wage laws and mandatory paid sick leave kick in.
I think it's unlikely that the Missouri Supreme Court will set aside a vote of the people on a measure like this. However, the Supreme Court has been pretty clear that they see it as their role to review these types of challenges and be sure that the election really was fair.
The groups can push for an expedited schedule, Hatfield says, to be looked at sooner.
As of now, on January 1st, Missouri's minimum wage will increase from $12.30 up to $13.75. Also under Prop A, May 1st next year will require state businesses to provide 1 hour of paid sick time for every 30 hours worked. Mike?
Annie, thanks. A new effort tonight to eliminate the state income tax in Missouri. Lawmakers will introduce a bill when the new legislative session gets underway next month. Supporters say it's about making Missouri competitive by recruiting more workers to the state.
We're trying to make Missouri as the best place that it can be to raise a family, to start a business, to have it, to find a job. But we're also competing against surrounding states. We're competing against the rest of the country. We're competing against the entire globe.
If passed, a Missourian making $50,000 per year would eventually see an annual savings of around $2,300. A much-needed boost tonight for the family of a Ferguson police officer 4 months after he suffered a traumatic brain injury during protests. The Wounded Blue Foundation came to town today promising $60,000 for Officer Travis Brown's family. Family spokesperson calls it a much-needed bright spot for Brown's mother, who hasn't left her son's bedside.
These moments right here is how she's able to stay strong, knowing that the community, whether the St. Louis area or nationally, is still thinking about her son.
Officer Brown is now receiving treatment at a rehabilitation facility in Atlanta, Georgia.
Tonight, an E. coli outbreak grows.
It's much bigger than most people realize.
The case is now being linked to another local caterer in another county. The countdown to Christmas bargain. Tonight, the 3 dates left on the calendar this month where you'll find the best holiday deals.
No big deal. That's Wednesday's snow chance as we see it right now. We are tracking the changes over the next few days and the rain chances for part of the upcoming weekend.
Tonight, we're learning a second local caterer is tied to an E. coli outbreak that has sickened more than 100 people. A new lawsuit was filed today against a catering company in St. Charles. At least 10 cases are connected to a parent-teacher conference in the Francis Howell School District last month. The attorney representing a patient believes her illness was caused by the same iceberg and romaine lettuce blend from a California farm linked to outbreaks in St. Louis County and several other states.
We're seeing E. coli 0157 from lettuce, and right in the same time frame where all the people were getting sick from Andres in St. Louis. And we're just, right next door in St. Charles County. I think this is all going to link back to the larger national outbreak of E. coli.
The St. Charles County Health Department has not yet named the caterer as the source of the second outbreak. Well, if you haven't finished or even started your holiday shopping yet, fear not. December is one of the best times to find almost anything and everything on sale. Tonight, Consumer Reports is helping you navigate sales and make smart buys during this busy shopping season.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for deals, and we're doing things a little differently this month. If you're shopping based on someone's holiday wish list, you already know what you need to buy, but when can you get the best deals?
You've got plenty of opportunities to save in December. There are a lot of different sales events going on to help you stretch your budget.
As we approach Christmas and the start of Hanukkah, which both fall on December 25th this year, there are some big events for shoppers to mark on their calendars. First, look out for extended deals from Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Some sales may even run through the month. And keep an eye open for special deals on Green Monday, a shopping holiday that dates back to 2007. This year it falls on December 9th, when you can expect another surge of sales. If you're buying gifts online, you'll want to place your order by Saturday, December 14th.
As long as you order by that day, most retailers offer free shipping and guarantee that your items will arrive by Christmas Eve.
The next big day to save is tailor-made for last-minute shoppers. The Saturday before Christmas is called Super Saturday because it's one of the year's busiest shopping days. This year it's on December 21st. You can expect plenty of deals in store since online orders may not make it in time.
This is your last big chance to take advantage of deals and discounts. So if you missed all the other sales and you still have shopping to do, mark this one on your calendars.
And if you don't get everything you want this season, don't worry. The discounts don't stop when the holidays end. Retailers will still offer savings in the new year as they make space for new inventory, the perfect opportunity to use any gift cards you get this year.
And be sure to check return policies, especially when shopping for big-ticket items. Some, but not all, retailers extend their return windows well into January. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell rejoins us now with that weather impact forecast, and he's talking a little snow. And when I say a little snow, it's just a little snow, right?
It really is. In fact, for some of us, it'll be no snow, and then a few of us may see a little dusting here or there. But it's not something that we're really concerned about at all. And tonight, just mainly cloudy skies. That's a look out into St. Charles. Let's just cut right to the chase. It's Wednesday when we will see some snow showers. We're pretty confident this is a fast-moving clipper. Very limited moisture. Ground temperatures, they've had a chance to come up. But from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Wednesday, some of those snow showers may be just heavy enough to get the roads at least a little bit damp, but not much more than that, especially with temperatures expected to be above freezing. And we're still well above freezing right now. 46 degrees in St. Louis. The west-northwest wind at 6 miles per hour. We were up to 57. This hour dropping to 46. That becomes our new low temperature for the day. 0.01. That was in the rain gauge right after midnight. So overnight tonight, the cool air just kind of oozes in. Low 30s north of St. Louis, mid 30s in the metro area. Tomorrow, you'll kind of see that mix of sun and clouds. At times, the clouds may be a little thicker, but it should be mainly dry. Northwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. If there's any spritzes around, it looks like that would be more to the south of St. Louis. Some of that energy kind of zipping by to our south. There's the weather fronts tonight. You have a cool front coming through now, but this isn't the one that brings the really cold air. That's the one that's still up in Canada. Behind it, temperatures do drop below zero. Yellowknife down to 17 degrees below zero right now. But when it gets here, that cold air is not that cold, and it's not as cold as what we saw last week when we rolled in here with some Arctic air. So again, Wednesday, snow showers for some. The main impact could be damp roads. This is 5 o'clock. Some of the latest computer modeling. Look, it's hard to even find the snow on the map. There's not a whole lot of it, but there will be some snow showers around. And with temperatures in the lower 30s, if one or two of them can put down just a little more than the other, you might get a little dusting, mainly on the grassy areas. But again, we're not talking about much here. You see how scattered this is. This is all less than a half an inch of snow at best. And we think it's coming during the day. So it should not have a big impact on our travel on Wednesday. 39 for the high Wednesday afternoon. That's not a big problem, right? Thursday, it's cold. 34 for the high. We get into the weekend. That system this weekend has a lot more moisture to work with. So as we head into Friday night and into Saturday, we're going to deal with rain, all well above freezing. Temperatures expected to be in the upper 40s on Friday and around, if not above 50 on Saturday, maybe even for some of us into Sunday.
Well, so another nice weekend, not as warm as last
Yeah, and a little
weekend.
bit of rain to deal with, too, on Saturday morning especially.
All right, Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, a legend is coming back to the Cardinals. What happened yesterday in Columbia will be legendary, and Jim Montgomery is pumped about his team despite the loss in Edmonton. We'll be right back.
And a reminder, 5 on Your Side is once again partnering with the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition for the Little Wishes campaign. We still have nearly 1,800 holiday wishes to grant for children impacted by foster care. And if you'd like to help, just go to KSDK.com/Little Wishes.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
Because the Cardinals will not be the most scintillating team on the field, they need to do whatever they can off the field. And today we've learned that the World Series MVP David Freese will be with the club in Jupiter for spring training as a special instructor. The pride of Lafayette High School has laid low in Austin, Texas since retiring from the Dodgers 5 years ago. One guy who likely won't be with the team at spring training is Nolan Arenado. John Mozeliak said today they are trying to trade him right now. The two met in Colorado recently to go over the game plan. Mo doesn't think it will happen at the winter meetings in Dallas, but the goal is to move Nolan and reduce payroll. The goal for the Blues is to make the playoffs. Right now, they're in 12th place in a 16-team conference, but they're only 4 points out as we speak. And keep in mind, the Blues have picked up 9 points out of a possible 12 points since Jim Montgomery took over. The Blues might have been excused for falling behind by 3 goals to Connor McDavid and the Oilers Saturday night, but they fought back, cutting the deficit to 1 before an empty net goal decided the game. The team responded to that by coming out today and had, according to their new coach, their best practice since he took over.
I thought the pace and the purpose of what we did, the details of what we looked at in video trying to get better, it was evident today. But that's the standard I talked about to them at the end. That's got to be our standard. When we have a day off and we come to a rink, it's a work day, and that work is going to make practice fun and games fun.
Not as much fun as Mizzou had yesterday. The SEC gives each school $51 million for being a part of their TV network, but they're asking for $250,000 back from Mizzou now. They're being fined for this court storming. That's petty cash. With 6 seconds to go and the outcome decided, Dennis Gates called the timeout. Odd, you say? Well, the Mizzou coach expected the court to be rushed, and so did the Jayhawks and their coach, Bill Self. So he did them a solid, allowing them to get off the court and out of harm's way. KU was in a similar situation earlier last week at Creighton, and he appreciated the gesture.
That was a classy move by Dennis. I mean, let's just call it like it is. That was a class move, and because somebody could have got hurt, because that was a real court storming.
It's a tight squeeze in that area for the players to leave, and it's all about respect, man. And, you know, some people look at it a certain way. I just look at it, that's how I want to be treated.
Congratulations to the Luther North Crusaders for winning their 7th state title. They beat up on a good Festus team over the weekend to win it in Class 4. They play a hellacious schedule, and it got them ready for this. And there are many who believe that this squad, regardless of the size of the school, is the best football team in the state of Missouri. Let's hear from their great coach.
I don't think anybody can boast the resume that we have as far as playing teams that made it to the Final 8, Final 4, and state champions. You know, a lot of teams, we're there, 1 or 2 losses on the season. So I would say if you just do the math a little bit and you do your homework, that you have to say that we're the best team in the state.
Battlehawks coach Anthony Beck went to the University of West Virginia Hall of Fame this summer. He was inducted. Well, the question is, will he be there next fall as their head coach? Beck has interviewed for the job in the past week. He won 70% of his games with the Battlehawks, and players love him. Stay tuned on that one. Monday Night Football had a wild ending. Tied at 20, Bengals Cowboys, just a minute to go, and Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. It's 40 yards, it's 7 points, and the Bengals beat the Cowboys 27-20, and that'll do it in sports.
And you have Jamar Chase on your fantasy team?
No, unfortunately I don't.
All right, something is brewing at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. The beer maker hiring for its new landing spot. Four Hands Brewery is opening up a new tasting room at St. Louis Lambert International Airport. Along with its brews, there will be food from Peacemaker Lobster and Crab Company. A hiring fair is being held tomorrow and Wednesday from 11 until 5 at the Holiday Inn Express on Natural Bridge. That's across the highway from Lambert. The first Small Sliders in Missouri has announced its opening date. The new fast food restaurant located on St. Charles Rock Road near Natural Bridge in Bridgeton will open on December 20th. The Atlanta-based chain also announced plans to set up shop in St. Peters and Ellisville.
Old man Winter's back around.
Well, you know, it's the holidays in St. Louis when our Old Man Winter's Back Around promos start to air. Right after this newscast on 5 Plus, you can catch a documentary looking back at the history of this iconic holiday jingle. That's followed by my Making a Difference special. And remember, we're always streaming on 5 Plus. The app is free to download on Roku, Apple, and Fire TV.
I'm going to get video of me carrying a tree. I don't even carry a tree in my house.
You make Monique do it?
Of course.
She'll have it all decorated for you.
That's right.
Scott has a quick check of the weather.
All right, the snow that we expect on Wednesday is very limited. It's snow showers and flurries, little if any accumulation, and not much of an impact, but it is going to be colder over the next few days.
And there you have it. 5 on your side at 10. Don't forget to start your day with Today in St. Louis. That begins at 4 a.m. And have a great tomorrow.